Hey everybody, what's going on? After streaming this game of many hours on Twitch, I keep getting follow-up repeat questions. So I'm gonna start a YouTube series. Today we're gonna be talking about towns, castles, businesses, and caravans. We're gonna be talking about all the ways to get coin passively into your pocket, the do's and don'ts, the pros and cons, and we're gonna keep it all as fast and as fluid as we can. All right, so let's jump right in. We're gonna start off from the top and we're gonna run through it. All right, so first and foremost, selection of location. We're going to be talking about businesses. We're going to be talking about businesses for the first couple minutes. Basically, what you want to do is find a location that doesn't look like it's going to be suffering from a whole lot of war or siege off of the bat, i.e., this is probably not a good location compared to something that's tucked deep behind my enemy lines, right? So with that said, you want to pay attention to the attached villages to the place that you're thinking about starting a business in. This village produces grain, which means this would be a great option to put a brewery in. This raw resource is going to go from there to there. That's one of the pros, setting up a shop that means something within that particular regional area. Problem is, con here is we got some sea raiders hanging outside that's going to potentially interrupt the villagers or stop them entirely and steal the stuff that belongs to me. So you have to keep that in mind in terms of making sure hideouts are taken care of, getting rid of them, making sure the villages can safely move around. You can see the other place produces fish. But there are a couple of examples to where things you want to look out for. Over here we have flax that's being produced, flax. So you could potentially set up a good weavery here. Over here we have an iron mine. So this might be a good option for a smithy. Basically, take into account the villages that are attached. I'm not going to go through all of the village types versus if it's this, do that. Google it. I'm here to teach you the basics and run you through it swiftly to get you on your feet, to get you a badass army so you can take over the world. Now, we're going to talk about how many businesses you can run real briefly, and I'll explain it. Under your other tabs, you're going to see all your businesses listed. When you come in, you can instantly start up one business. Every tier level you get another business. That's why I'm kind of sitting around this mark right now, is because we're at the 5 mark, but we have 6 total. When I get 6, I can have 7. In this screen, you do not have to revisit the towns that are being unprofitable. So we have a brewery right by an iron mine. So we can click over, change the production, and we can make it a smithy, get it rolling out some hot swords in a hot minute, right? Makes sense. It'll reset it. It takes time. Once again, everything is physicalized. When I say physicalized, I need these guys from this iron mine to be unimpeded, uninterrupted, and take stuff to here so they can make goods so caravan merchants can come in and pay even higher prices. This stuff takes time, and the logistics can literally be stopped. If you're at war with someone and you hold a choke point and you stop their caravans, you're logistically starving them. It doesn't feel like it nor appear it, but it is, right? So another option for actually setting up these places, we have to walk through it, and I'll see you in the town. All right, so you've located the town that you've wanted. Well, once you get in the town, hold down the left alt. You can see we have a brewery, a smithy, and a tannery. You just have to make your way open to these places. I recommend visiting them during the daytime. Sometimes they are closed off, but you do have to get out and about in the town. Sorry, there's a beggar. You have to get out and about in the town and find a worker. Now, you don't need the widow, alley, gang member person. You just need to find a shop worker, talk to them, and you'll see the option to buy the shop. Prices range from around $2,000 to $15,000. They won't make you money immediately. It'll slowly start to trickle in. Consider it an investment. It's a 401k. Needs a little bit of time. It'll come to fruition. Wait, I probably shouldn't have referenced 401k because of the stock market. Disregard that last. Buy them. It's not the world economy. It's a digital one. You'll be safe. I promise. So now that you've got that, it can take several days for it to actually start up and run. Moving on. Caravans. Stick with me. So caravans, you have to find an artisan. Anybody with a profession. You want to find a dyer, a carpenter, anybody that has an actual profession. Like, goat's not a profession, and not having a husband's not a profession. But you can talk to this person directly. Anybody that has a profession, they're listed from there. You can find them around towns as well. Once you go and talk to them, you can say, I'd like to form a caravan. Caravan's going to cost you $15,000 to start up. $15,000 to start up, right? You're going to have to send a companion out with it. A companion with high roguery will add to the success of your caravans not getting nipped by anybody. It can increase the speed and things like that as well. So think about good scouts as a secondary skill that you might want to consider putting into your caravan. So with that said, you're going to be at risk. The cons of the caravan is if you are using a caravan as your sole source of income, it's the only thing that's funding your army and you're still barely profitable per day. When you go to war, you might be in the red. And if you only got 60, 70K startup kind of cash money, it can savagely hurt you. Do not rely on caravans, in my opinion. The pro side is it is extremely lucrative. During peace times when stuff's running, you can really pad your cash account early on into the game. For me, I don't run a single caravan, and I never will. This guy's selling snake oil, and I'm not interested. All right, so let's talk about castles and towns. Remember, we're still fixated on cash money. I'll explain why a castle is generally never a good lucrative venture. When you go in here, you can manage. Prosperity is king. Prosperity is king. It's how many people you got under you and how many taxpayers you got. It's how our U.S. government looks at us. God, it's so sad when you think about it like that. I'm sorry. I don't mean to delay. We're getting 11 dinars a day from 56 population here. We're still trying to bounce this place back. The food is real good. We actually have it set down here on a prosperity change bonus for this, and it's not changing anything. You're not worried about what a castle will generate anyway. I just wanted to make the point to show you that castles don't give you much lucrative money at all. On the other hand, towns now are a different story. You can see here that we've got a prosperity of 4,236. We're making 1,101 a day. But we have a problem here. We have a food shortage. You see we have a food shortage from the militia. The militia's eating generally most of the food. My garrison in its own is having a -6 impact, and it's hurting the prosperity. So to change that, I could switch this from militia to irrigation, because prosperity is not the problem. You wouldn't want to change the prosperity if everybody's starving. It doesn't matter. You need people to stay alive so they can pay you coins. So when you go to food production, you can pad that upward. Additionally, you can go to the trader's market because, like I told you, everything is physicalized. If you have food yourself, it might be a good idea to come up off of some of your food. Now, without even leaving, I'm going to go forward, and I'll tell you how many days we go forward before our food's back in the positive, and we're starting to get that sweet, sweet cheddar from 30% taxation of the people under us. All right, so you can see we've stayed here for 2 days. It is now in the positive. You can see prosperity is now pushing back up to the high side again. It did not take long, and we even got an additional penny in that 1 day time frame. So this can continue to climb. It's not uncommon to see some towns with 8,000 prosperity that are going to pay you 2K a day. So with that said, if you're starting out your kingdom, it might be a good idea to have essentially some businesses. If you want to be king of the north, maybe you ought to go and set up a business somewhere that's somewhat safe in Britannia territory and look for the war front out here. If you see something faltering or there's a stale, stagnant line and there's only like 100 dudes, 200 dudes defending a town, take it. Take it and understand that you're going to have to defend it for a while and work to keep it. Don't try to take a castle at first. A castle is going to do nothing but paint a target on you and have people try to kill you left and right while it generates no revenue, while your caravans are being targeted, and potentially while your businesses are being pushed out because now you're in bed with a warring faction. You didn't think ahead. So put your businesses deep, run your caravans in times of peace, and essentially look for a target of opportunity for a town if you want to become a true Bannerlord. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see any type of typical tutorial videos, anything specific, battle related, companion related, charm related, let your boy know down in the comments below. If you did like the video, find it useful in any type of demeanor, go ahead and leave that thumbs up for me. I know, I'm asking. I've never asked before. I need the thumbs now more than ever, okay? I appreciate you guys' time.